Welcome to GIELTShelp.com's General IELTS test preparation videos. Now you will see a candidate from Uzbekistan score a band 7.5 for her performance on the speaking interview. For lots more help, the next time you sit your exam, visit and join our premium package at gieltshelp.com with over 100 hours of video lessons, a fully interactive course, and 6 original practice exams. You are sure to improve. Also, download our app, General IELTS Help, from your Google Play and Apple App Stores. Then, link the app to your web account for a truly effective study experience. Now watch and learn. Welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. What is your full name?
My full name is Nabieva Lola. Please call me Lola.
Okay, Lola. May I see your identification, please?
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
Thank you. The speaking has 3 parts, and I will give you instructions for each part. Here is your identification back, and I'm going to record this for marking purposes. To begin, a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. What do you like to do in the evenings?
After I get home from work around 6 p.m., I enjoy putting on some music and preparing supper. Then I usually sit at home or check my social media accounts.
And what do you like to do at the weekends?
On Saturdays, I usually meet with my friends to play some video games or go for a hike, just as we did this past week. Then on Sundays, I usually hang out at home. Sometimes I would have friend visits.
Let's talk about grocery shopping. Where do you usually buy groceries?
I buy groceries in Bazaar because it's very close to my house, around 10 minutes by walk.
Who do you go grocery shopping with?
I just go with my mom or by myself. If I'm going with my mom, this is usually for the bigger shopping, where we get food for the whole family and we stock up the fridge and the pantry.
Which foods do you buy frequently when you go to the grocery store?
I always try to buy fresh foods like vegetables and fruits. So usually I buy a bunch of bananas or oranges, lettuce, potatoes, tomatoes, and all the other greens.
When do you like to go grocery shopping?
My favorite time to go grocery store would be on Wednesdays or Thursdays morning around 8 o'clock. That's the time when there is not so many people and I do not have to wait long queues.
Have there been changes in the prices of foods over the past 5 years?
Yes, absolutely. I would say that right now I am paying around 30% more for the same amount of grocery than I did half a decade before.
If you could change one thing about your favorite grocery store, what would that be?
That's an interesting question. Just give me a moment. I think giving a chance to change something in the bazaar that I usually go to, I would add more international food storage, where I could buy some delicacies from all around the world. For example, like Peking duck. That would be quite a delicacy.
That is the end of part 1, and now we will continue with part 2. For part 2, here is a card with some questions. Please don't turn that over yet. Here is some notepaper and a pencil. You will have 1 minute to look at the questions on the card Think about your answers. Take notes if you wish in the 1 minute, and then you will have 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start, when to stop. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then go ahead, turn over the card, and your 1 minute preparation time begins now. Okay, Lola, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
One life hack that I found recently was about the importance of vitamin D in a human body. A few months ago, to be precise, in October last year, I read a health magazine, and I came across to an article which talks about the importance of this sunshine vitamin on the human body, and it was telling that vitamin D is not only essential to maintain a strong immune system, but also to keep your general attitude positive. So the article was also emphasizing that usually human body is not able to intake this vitamin D naturally in the quantities that we actually need. So I came up with this 2 steps solution, where the first step would be, in my opinion, to go with vitamin D through nutrition. So I bought some nutritional supplements in the health store next to my home. And the second one would be to get an appointment in the sun tanning salon, which was also very close to my house. I would go there once or twice in a week. And what I have seen just after 2 weeks of doing so, that my mood became better, more stable and happier. And also I start to feel that I'm not getting sick so easily, and it's getting even better since then. The last point what I noticed after the 2 weeks directly was that each time I go to the sunbathing salon for 10 minutes, it gives me some relaxation from the outside pressure. Okay, your 2 minutes is up. I'm going to stop you there, and I'll take back the card, the note paper, and the pencil. Thank you. And now we will continue with part 3. For part 3, I will ask you some more questions related to the topic of part 2. Let's talk about life improvements. What are some ways that people can quickly make their lives better? Well, as I have mentioned earlier, one of the ways to make your life better is through nutrition and adding some vitamins into your on a daily basis. And also some stretching out early in the morning can help you as well. Let's say every day around 15-20 minutes stretching and adding some multivitamins could really improve your health. What are the best ways to achieve these? One of the ways I would say is to plan ahead, to make every day around 20 minutes for yourself. Wake up, let's say from 7 to 7:20 a.m., do stretching and just add any multivitamins on your nutrition. How has technology helped in the last half century to make people live more comfortably? There are a plethora of technological advancements that we use every day, such as internet and smartphones, that make our lives much more easier. Are these always good? No, I do not think so. Let's take a TV as an example. TV, even though it is entertaining us, but at the same time it made us more lazy and unfit. What should governments focus on to make sure that people will continue to have a higher quality of life in the future? I believe there are 2 key spheres that government should always focus on. It is education, and it is good environment. When education is affordable for everyone and the environment to proceed is very good and healthy, then it's very easy for people to live and prosper.
Are governments taking such steps?
Yes, I think so. Many governments support public schools, universities, but there is always a space for improvement, of course.
Let's talk about positive attitude. Why is it important to have a positive outlook on life?
Being positive, in my opinion, is a key to have a happy life. Without positivity and without and always focusing on negativity, you simply cannot progress any further, and you get into depression more often. So, in my opinion, that positivity is very essential.
How can people increase their optimism in their day-to-day living?
As I said previously, I believe taking some vitamins and having a good nutrition is really, really important, as well as having some physical activities, day-to-day stretches or working out, having a walk, or sometimes even doing your favorite hobby can also help.
Some people believe that a positive attitude requires good surroundings and society, while others think that being positive comes from within. Which is correct and why?
Well, this is a question of the chicken and the egg, which comes first. But in my opinion, still the positivity should come within a person. It should be within a person, because as very famous person said, be the change that you want to see in the world.
Okay, that is the end of part 3. That concludes the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. You will have your marks in about 2 weeks' time with the other sections. Have a great rest of your day, Lola.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Too.
Bye. Remember your
Bye.
passport.
Sure.
Okay, bye.
Lola's speaking is between a good and very good user of English. Therefore, she gets a band 7.5. What does Lola do well? In part 1, she answers all of the questions completely. She provides an answer, an explanation, and at times includes a nice, smooth flowing example. This gives a lot of coherence and clarity for her responses. As well, she has good range of vocabulary, including some idiomatic language. You can see this in part 1, like using the phrase stock up the fridge and the pantry. You can also see it in part 2 and part 3 with these examples. Furthermore, Lola has nice grammar range and accuracy. She uses subordinating conjunctions throughout her speaking responses. In addition, Lola's pronunciation and intonation are quite similar to that of a North American native English speaker. She intonates nicely with inflections and deflections, which makes her speech sound natural. Now, where does Lola lose some marks? Lola loses 1.5 bands for making some grammatical mistakes in her speech. At times, the grammar she uses is either incorrect or used incorrectly in the context. Notice here where she uses a past tense instead of a present tense to refer to the general state. Also, Lola sometimes chooses some words that are awkward and off mark. For instance, she says the word saloon, suntanning saloon, several times. In fact, this is called a suntanning salon. Saloon is a little bit different. In fact, Lola's band score for part 1 and 2 only would be closer to a band 8. However, in part 3, she makes more significant mistakes, especially with coherence. When she's responding to questions about governments improving quality of life, and later on about positive attitude, her responses are somewhat incoherent and closer to a band 6.5 or 7. Furthermore, notice how in a couple of these responses, she starts to use the pronoun you. Although in everyday language, using you is natural, when we're being tested, this pronoun decreases the overall quality of responses. Therefore, it's a good idea to avoid using you, especially because you're not directly speaking about the examiner. Rather, you're speaking about people, individuals, and other entities. Replace the word you with more appropriate nouns. Nevertheless, Lola's score of band 7.5 is very good. Make sure to practice every day and improve your speaking for the next time you sit your exam. Good luck the next time you sit your IELTS exam. For many more lessons like this one, including over 100 hours of videos, 6 original practice exams, and a fully interactive course, visit and join our premium package at gieltshelp.com. Also, download our app, General IELTS Help, from your Google Play and Apple App Stores. Then, link your app to your web account for a truly effective learning experience. Improve your scores today for success on the next IELTS exam. Join us. Subscribe to our channel. Click over here. Watch another video? Click right up here. And join our premium package. Click on our hero to practice your speaking, get videos, exams, and an interactive course.